My name is Daniel Cogzell. I studied a BSc in Mechanical Engineering at UCT, followed by a Master's in Risk Management in the Financial Markets at UCT as well. My role at Nedbank is I deal with something called credit policy. It basically distills into designing the business rules by who we want to approve or decline, as well as taking in a mix of the risk lens of a client, the probability that they're going to default, the expected profitability of that client. Based on these two numbers, do we want to approve or decline those clients? And if we are going to approve them, how much of a credit line we should be giving them? And the answer for that is very much a mix of different components. It's either based on trying to maximize profitability, or perhaps the business wants to grow and therefore it might not be the most profitable thing, but we want to actually give bigger lines because it results in growth faster. I actually studied mechanical engineering and probably applied to at least 100 companies and went for a couple of interviews and never quite got any mechanical engineering jobs. I had to get a job in the meantime, so I worked at a call center, and about 6 to 8 months down the line, I had a friend who was studying a master's at UCT. And he was telling me all about the master's, and it seemed like very much a merge between finance and engineering. I thought I'd give it a go, applied for the master's, got in. I started on the Nedbank Quants program. I did a rotation in finance. While I was doing a rotation in finance, I came across something called machine learning. I did an online course with machine learning and I instantly fell in love. From there, I looked around to find where in the bank do they have the most amount of data so that I can explore this machine learning thing. I did a rotation in credit card, instantly fell in love with the people there, the team, and applying some machine learning, and since then I've been hooked. My role is very much central to a lot of different business units, which can be a problem sometimes because I have to manage everybody's competing goals. But it's also really awesome that I get a holistic view of the different objectives within the bank. Mechanical engineering deals with real-world physics, which means that you can always make the link between the theoretical maths that you're doing versus what you expect in reality. If we're dealing with friction, it's quite obvious when you feel on the table what is a normal friction coefficient or something similar to that. It's very much a mix of all these different competing objectives, and I got to consider the real-world implications of the models, not just focusing on the theoretical side of the models. The biggest element of surprise joining the bank is to realize that almost everything is run on Excel. I think you get this idea from university that everything is in Python, it's very much like super advanced and whatnot. But the reality is that the bank is very old and there are a lot of older models that need to be maintained, and sometimes people don't actually know how to use the current model, let alone, improve on it. What has my biggest surprise been throughout my career so far? Number one is building strong relationships is just as important as building strong models. Number two is being able to tell a story is more important than both of those. In terms of your career growth, if you can tell a good story with your data, people will remember that story, remember your name, and it'll bode well for your career. The advice would just be the fact that, if you finish your degree, you are smart, you are capable, you're able to do anything that the bank kind of throws at you. What is the impact that I've made? I think the one that actually matters the most to me is the impact that I've made on my colleagues, my team members. Keeping that curiosity going and keeping them interested in some outside kind of factors or internal factors is awesome. Making them smile and happy. You spend most of your life at work and you kind of want to be surrounded by nice people. And then when it comes to the more worky work stuff, my impact has kind of been, again, balancing those different objectives and deciding when is the right time to push back on shorter term goals and when to push back on the longer term goals. I am a competitive guy, so I do a lot of online gaming in my free time, as well as any sort of table tennis, paddle. I do CrossFit. And then other than that, I have a beautiful dog and a beautiful wife.